everybody feel good? Are you excited? Today's your first day of school in second grade. I want to welcome you to second grade. We're going to do a lot of fun things this year. My name is Miss Todd.
Here in Sumner, Mississippi, first-year teacher Jill Todd is eager to get started.
We're going to name our hermit crab. What name do you like, Kathleen?
Turtle.
Ms. Todd spent most of the summer settling into a new house with her husband and setting up her classroom.
Just a minute, I'm going to let you tell me anything that you know about the ocean, all right?
It's a lot of sharks in the ocean.
Sharks live in the ocean, don't they? That's exactly right.
Ms. Todd readily admits she doesn't know much about teaching reading, so she'll have to learn on the fly.
Knowing that I'm responsible and these are my children, it makes me nervous. I guess maybe their future's in my hands. The planning and everything that's going to help them learn is all up to me.
She soon sees how much help most of her second graders will need.
Can you read this? Let's.
Kathleen Lee reads first.
Let's go.
Froggy.
Wait.
Look at me.
Up.
Oak.
Wake up.
Froggy. Woke.
Birds, butterflies, flowers. Hurry.
Sang.
These kids are growing up in the Mississippi Delta. It's home to bluesmen Robert Johnson, Muddy Waters, and B.B. King. King grew up in a family of sharecroppers, and for many families here, living conditions are still pretty bleak.
The majority of kids who attend my school district are from poor families who are living in third world situations, who don't have running water, who don't have a restroom in the house, who still has an outhouse.
Sumner drew national attention in 1955 when an all-white jury acquitted the men who had lynched 14-year-old Emmett Till. Most white families send their kids to private academies, and there's not much money or much political will to help the children at Bearden.
These kids deserve better. And if these kids don't get an adequate education, they will not do better. That's why the value of the education is so important.
When Reggie Barnes arrived as superintendent 6 years ago, Bearden Elementary was on probation.
This afternoon, you're riding what bus number? 881, okay?
The test scores were among the lowest in the state. Mr. Barnes has worked obsessively to improve the odds for kids here.
I have neglected my own children. I have neglected the rest of my family. There have been many a day where I would be in this office as early as 6:30 in the morning. I'd leave till 10, 11, sometimes 12 at night. Got me?
Mr. Barnes mounted a remarkable fund drive that allowed the school to build a health clinic, some new classrooms, and a badly needed playground. But academically, Bearden has improved only very slowly. The biggest challenge is finding qualified teachers who are willing to work in this rural district, where the starting salary is just $20,000 a year. As the school year begins, Mr. Barnes still has jobs to fill.
We can employ her as early as Thursday morning as a long-term substitute at $50 per day pay.
So he was relieved when Jill Todd came along. She had just graduated from Delta State and was looking for her first teaching job.
I went over there thinking I was picking up an application, and they hired me. I mean, it could not have been much better.
This seems like a promising time for the school. Mississippi is launching a statewide effort to teach reading more effectively. And this year, Bearden will get extra help with its reading program.
This is a national problem. 44 million Americans are functionally illiterate. That's 22% of our adult population. That is a sin in a country that's this rich.
Jim Barksdale and his wife Sally have pledged $100 million to help the weakest schools in their home state. Bearden will get $200,000 this year to train its teachers and to buy classroom materials. That's a great opportunity for Rosemary Wolfe, who Mr. Barnes recruited to run Bearden's reading program.
We don't have the right to play with a child's life, and that's exactly what's been happening.
Her role, like Vanessa Kemp's at Walton, is to prepare the teachers and then make sure they do their jobs well.
I feel like we've pretty well eliminated excuses, and that's exactly what we've intended on doing.
The title of this book is Just Me and My Babysitter.
If you have $4,000 to $5,000 to enhance your classroom, you have a teacher assistant who's going to be fully trained. You have people coming into your classroom that can assist you at any time. You perform, you do the job that's expected of you, or find something that may be more suitable. Nothing personal, but we don't have time to play.
As part of its new reading program, Bearden individually assesses Kathlina and every other child in the school beginning in September. Bearden has also adopted a reading curriculum called Project Read that uses physical cues like skywriting to help children learn.
Say that sound and clip it. Good.
Like Reading Mastery, Project Read has been successful at many schools.
Very good.
But it's a more complex program that's harder for teachers to learn. The company recommends extensive teacher training, but Mrs. Todd has had only 2 days, and like the other second-grade teachers, she feels unprepared.
Have you been trained in any of this?
No.
Okay.
That's why I'm listening.
Well, to be real honest, I'm not that comfortable with it either because last year was my first year to do it. It's foreign to me. I mean, no training. Wouldn't know where to begin.
We'll be talking Greek.
Well, they're going to have training sessions.
One session just not going to get it.
Well,
but when you get trying to do it yourself in class, you haven't had enough training to do it.
But if this is what the school wants us to do, we need to do the best that we can. And if this is what the children
wants us to do, they need to train us fully to do it.
September is harvest time in the Delta, and for generations until the 1960s, many black children in rural areas had to leave school for a month each fall to work in the cotton fields. The children here have historically scored way below average in reading.
I'm not writing no B. Me try just a B.
Kathlina Lee arrived at Bearden with little exposure to books.
I have a big bag.
Okay, why did you make that A a capital letter?
What A?
Right there in your...
Right here.
Kathleen Lee, find the A and tell me
Right here.
why is it capital? Is it somebody's name?
No.
Kathlina, she's smart. She can get it all up here, but she can't transfer it. And if I could sit right there with her and keep her on task, but when I let her go in a group, she's gone. I've lost her. Much better. I have a big bag. Teaching at Bearden is nothing like I expected. I don't feel maybe 100% prepared to go in a classroom and teach reading. I have wonderful things to take into the classroom and use, but as far as getting in that classroom and teaching and how I should teach, it's tough. It's hard.
Reggie Barnes is frustrated too. He's been a passionate spokesman for the kids in his district, but he's found it hard to rally community support. Now he's heard more bad news.
2 of the 3 libraries in 2 of the 3 towns on this side of the county have been closed by the Board of Supervisors.
Mr. Barnes is getting tired of these battles.
The leaders cannot see the value of the reading center, which is the library. That's where all the books are. So hell, if they won't give us decent books or an opportunity for the kids to read, how are we supposed to improve our test scores? See, we're on our own. We are on our own. The day that I choose to give up is the day that you begin to see us just dwindle down to nothing.
One reason Mr. Barnes feels so alone is that he's found it hard to find and keep good principals.
We welcome you to the coronation of Mr. and Mrs. R.H. Bearden. I'm Donald Jackson, your principal, and I would like to take this opportunity to invite each...
This is Donald Jackson's first year here at Bearden, and he's just starting to learn the job. One of his responsibilities tonight is to crown Ryan Hawkins, one of Ms. Todd's students.
Ryan likes to work on his computer, be with his friends, and get in a quiet place to read a book.
It's no surprise that Ryan's doing well in school. Unlike most kids at Bearden, he has an involved mother and father at home. His classmate Kathlina is not so fortunate. In a trailer down the road, she spends the night of the coronation as she spends most nights, watching television and falling further behind. At 6:30 the next morning, Ms. Todd is riding to work with veteran teacher Debbie Starnes.
2 students of mine, it was like they were in another world
in my classroom.
Neither Principal Jackson nor lead teacher Rosemary Wolf has spent much time in Ms. Todd's classroom, so she leans on her carpool buddy for advice.
I've never been trained. Nope. I mean, it's just like, would you tell them do this bare bones sentence? But I don't know how.
But once she sets foot in the classroom, Ms. Todd is on her own, with only makeshift materials to work with. One goal of the Barksdale grant is to fill up the barren classrooms.
We would make a Q
And a U.
and a U, and then we would say, Qua.
Ms. Todd will get $5,000 for teaching materials and children's books, which she desperately needs.
Hopefully, October or November, we'll start getting all these supplies in that we will need, and we're going to get some take-home books for the children to actually take home and read.
In many of those homes, print is scarce.
They don't get magazine subscriptions coming to their homes. They don't purchase newspapers. They don't get mail because they don't have bills. It's just a situation that shouldn't exist today. It just shouldn't.
With kids who read so little at home, teachers have to work even harder. And Ms. Todd's life is about to get more complicated.
I'm pregnant and expecting in May. I don't want the children to lose because I'm pregnant, because, that's not their fault, but I do think it makes me very grouchy, and I think I'm real moody, and I wouldn't be probably as grouchy or ugly with the children if I wasn't pregnant. I just sometimes lose control.